Hi everyone, my name is Kayla, and I'm here to help you book your next Disney vacation. I'm an authorized Disney vacation planner, and I love to help people and work through all of the things that it takes to book a Disney vacation. And let me tell you, it is not easy anymore. Disney has made it very difficult. So if you're here, hopefully you like and subscribe and join my channel so that way I can bring all of the great content to you as far as how to book your vacations, how to enjoy your vacations, and different things that I think are important. In today's video, we're actually going to discuss a lot about the 7 things that I think are most important when you're getting ready to book either your first or your 100th Disney vacation. Earlier, we're going to discuss 7 things that I think are important when you're considering booking a Disney vacation. If you're here and you're one of my clients already, please definitely like and subscribe, and let's get this channel off up and out so that way people can come and get this information when they need it. And also so that way you all can stay here and hang out with me, because who wouldn't want to, right? All right, so let's get this all on and started. So the first thing that I think is most important when you are booking your next Disney vacation, or at least considering booking, is time of year. This may seem like a weird first thing, but I think that the time of year that you really want to go is actually most important. One, it's going to determine your budget, because if you're going to go during a busier time of year, your budget needs to be bigger because everything is going to be more expensive. And then you've got a million things to consider outside of that. But it's definitely the first thing to consider is, when do you want to go? Okay. If time of year is not necessarily important to you, okay, I want to say maybe it's an event. Maybe you want to go because you want to run in a Disney race. Maybe you want to go see a festival at Epcot. Maybe you want to go to an after hours event. All of these things will create your trip. And this is exactly where you want to start when you're talking about booking a Disney vacation, because it's really going to determine a lot of things going into the future. It's going to determine how many park days you want. It's going to determine how many days you need. It could also determine if you're going to go over a weekend or if you can go in the middle of the week. So these are all things that are important, and you want to make sure that you're considering them when you're talking about your next Disney vacation. Another thing, number 2, that I think is most important is your research. Not only is it important to know when you want to go, it's very important to kind of have a general idea of what you need to know in order to book. Having a little bit of knowledge on how to use the My Disney Experience app is very important. If you don't already have the app, it's important that you get it. Make an account. Make sure that you're just playing around with it. I mean, you can do just about anything on this app already, but it's important that you have it and that you know how to use it, because not only is it going to help with the planning process and leading up until leaving, it's also going to come in as a very important tool once you're already there. As I said, you can find wait times. You can find dining, especially last minute dining, if you're just looking for something quick because you're hungry and you didn't think you would want a table service, but now you're sitting there, you're like, I'm a little tired, I could sit and have a table service. Being able to pull up the app and look for dining right then and there is going to help you while you're already on your trip. It also puts everything together. I mean, you've got your tickets and your dining reservations and your park pass reservations and anything dealing with that. It's all there right in your app, so you never lose track of your schedule. So that's number 2. That's what I think is important, is your research and your My Disney Experience app. Go on YouTube, look up things. I mean, even you can find room tours. You can find after hours events and what people have done there. You can find all of these things. So it's very important that you take the time to research the things that you're interested in doing. Okay? The third thing that I think is important is to search for a resort. Yeah, at this point I put this as number 3, because not only is it important to know what time of year, but now leading after that, I think it's important to decide what resort you're interested in doing. Disney has separated their resorts into its 4-ish categories, and I'll get to the 4th one in a minute. So you have your value level, your moderate level, and your deluxe level. Okay. And then as a subcategory of deluxe, you have a deluxe villa. Now, most of your deluxe villas are all DVC resorts, but you do have the capability to book these at rack rate and pay money to be in these villas. So, those are your 4 categories that are important to know when you're booking your resort. You want to look into budget, you want to look into location, and you want to look into amenities, because these are all things that are going to determine what's most important to you while you are booking your trip. All right, so now you have the time of year, you have your app, and you have your resort that you want to book. What's next? You want to know how many park days you want. So now, are you going to spend 1 day in the parks? Are you going to spend 7 days in the parks? This is a very important thing to determine. And I will tell you that out of your entire budget, your park tickets are going to be the biggest part of your vacation. At least the preemptive part of it, the part that you are going to book beforehand. Your tickets are going to determine the biggest part of your budget, because the tickets are going to be the most expensive part, depending, of course, on how many days you decide to use. Okay? So that's number 4, park days. So now, number 5, something very important to consider. However, I'm going to put a caveat on number 5 to say these are not necessarily important to know if this is your first time going, because these are not things that I would necessarily suggest adding if you're new. However, if you've been a few times and you want a slightly different experience, some of these things are worth considering. So, park hoppers. Do you want to park hop between 2 different parks, 3 parks, 4 parks in the middle of one day? Do you want that as an option? Are you planning on going to Disney for 2 days and you want to do 2 parks each day? Park hopper is an option to consider. Are you going for an entire week and you have a couple free days and you want to try one of the water parks? Adding a water park option to your tickets is something you can do and consider. Memory maker. Do you take a lot of pictures? Do you want to be in all the pictures that you take? Do you want your ride photos? Do you like to go and seek out all the photos and take as many as you can and get magic shots and all that stuff, and you want to keep them at the end of your trip? Memory maker is something to consider. Capture the magic. That is a 20-minute appointment with a PhotoPass photographer exclusive to your group. You get that PhotoPass photographer for 20 minutes and you can go around wherever it is predetermined for you. You want to go in Magic Kingdom, you can go in Epcot, you can go in Springs, resorts, wherever you decide. And this PhotoPass photographer will be with you for 20 minutes and they will take as many pictures as you want. And you can pay for that. It's an extra charge outside of Memory Maker. So even if you have Memory Maker, this is not included. This is a completely different price. Another thing, tours. You have backstage tours, you have all different kinds of tours based on history and animal conservation and anything almost that you can consider. There is probably a tour for it. And now that all the tours are starting to come back, this is definitely something to consider to enhance your next vacation. Something to consider. So then number 6, get a quote. So now at this point, you've determined when you want to go, where you want to stay, you have your app, and you've determined the level of extras that you want to add. Now it's your time to reach out to me. Message me. Hey, here's the kind of things I'm considering. What is that price going to look like? And that's when I start sending out all the quotes. Once you get a quote, you say, you know what? Let's shift these dates. Let's subtract a day. Let's add a day. Let's do this. We can play with however you want to do it. It's the easiest thing to do, right? And then after all of that, we get your quote to exactly where you want. And then what do you think number 7 is? It's book. Book your trip. For a Disney vacation package, it is $200 down in order to book a full vacation package. Now, what does Disney consider a vacation package? Pretty much a combination of any 2 things. Usually, most likely, it is your resort stay and your tickets. It can also be tickets and dining plan, resort and dining plan. Like it's like that. Even though, caveat to when this was filmed, the Disney dining plan has not returned yet as far as Walt Disney World is concerned, and that is as of the middle of November 2022. Hoping for announcements come the new year, but at this moment, dining plan is not an option that's available. But $200 down, you book your entire vacation. You also lock in the price. So if a price goes up or something else happens, you are locked in at the price that you book. $200 books your trip, and then you have until 30 days before your check-in date to pay off your vacation. So the sooner you book, the longer you have to pay it off. Lots of things to consider. So, do you agree with all 7? Do you disagree with all 7? Is there something else that you think is most important? Make sure to leave me a comment below and let me know what you feel is most important when you're getting ready to plan and book your first or 100th Disney vacation. Make sure to contact me. I'm Kayla, and I'm here to help you book your next Disney vacation. And make sure to contact me, like, subscribe, and let's get this channel off to a great start. So I hope you all continue to be wonderful human beings. Stay magical, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you on the next video.